What up, though? Y'all know what this is. Respect the worst if you don't respect the best. Top tier podcast. I am Ledge. Let's get right off into this, man. We're about to talk about, let's say, about 2 or 3 battles that I just want to shed more light on that deserve a little more attention. And I don't think I've heard too many people talk about it. And I can understand the one because this one just came out maybe a few days ago. So maybe more people will discuss it as, time goes on. And so I just wanted to kind of jump out there because I seen all 3 of these battles and I was like, these are pretty good. It's pretty good battles. One in particular, I'm gonna start off with first, which is Black Ice Cartel's latest upload of Vixen the Assassin versus Coffee Brown. It's a dope matchup. This was on Cold Case. I think the event happened January 27th, I believe. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, correct me. I'm not one of those guys who's like hung up on being right all the time. So if I'm wrong, just let me know. All right. So yeah, I was looking forward to this matchup. I said when I talked about the whole event that I felt like this was going to be the best battle. I think I said that. I believe I did. I said it was going to be the best battle of the card. I hear some people saying it is. I also hear some other battles being mentioned, but I'm a assume that this was probably the best battle because I felt like I heard about this battle the most while that card was going on, and the fact that I'm guessing it was enough fanfare for them to drop it so quickly after the event lets me know that I might have been right. This might be the best matchup on that card, which isn't like a knock to any of the other matchups that happen, but I can see why. Like I said, I'm sorry I'm not one of those places that's gonna like drop bars and all that because my delivery's trash. I'm not gonna do it justice, but I can just get into like, the dynamics of what happened. It was a 1-round battle. Coffee went first, and what I like about her is she got like different ways of making you feel her lines, right? So like sometimes like she's kind of laid back, but sometimes she can get into a paced up flow where she's like kind of going fast and she's doing a little more movement. Like she's like moving around, putting her hands in your face, like the hand gestures when she got the blade slicing, all that shit. She can do that. She can be a little witty, but it's like a serious witty. It's very much like how Geechee is. Like Geechee can be funny, but he's being dead serious. But the way he delivers it is very funny to you, like because he's just so serious about it. But it's like a hard line, like when Geechee told K Shine about like y'all was arguing over twerk like a bitch in the club. Like that line was hard. The way he said it, he delivered it very hard and serious, but it was funny. Like she has that ability to be funny without trying, is what I'm saying. And she had that, but like I said, sometimes her movement would help carry the line, but then sometimes it would just be she would be so barred up that it wouldn't matter. She was very much in her face, very bar heavy. She also brought some references that I thought would be dead that I wouldn't want to hear anymore, but she somehow made it dope. Like I don't want to say the line, but it was like an Infinity Wars Avengers line. The line was hard. You hear it. She only referenced that movie once, so when you hear it, you'll know what I'm talking about. It was dope, and the way she like executed it and accentuated it, like I said, with her hand gestures and the way she, she performed it, really, really made the line hit. And I want to say the only negative I would have about her round was there was slight slips and stumbles, and I can feel that as the round carried on, because like I said, it was a 1-round battle, and as the round carried on, the longer it got, the less energetic she became. Like her stamina started to wear down a little bit. She wasn't moving around as much. She had to slow her pace down to make sure she was remembering her lines and getting them out clean. And it was still a dope round, but I can tell maybe And I didn't, like I said, I didn't time it. I'm guessing maybe 5-6 minute rounds. I don't know, but it was dipping a little bit. She was still dope, but I would say her heavier impacted lines happened maybe in the first 2 to 3 minutes of her round. It was very front heavy, if I could say personally to me. As for Vixen came out, and I'm not sure. I know she kind of countered her statement because obviously Coffee brung up the whole ass grabbing and things like that, like things that Vixen has been getting kind of like shtick for, like kind of getting criticized for, that she has like the twerking battles and do all these things that doesn't have to do with actually rapping to get a reaction. So whether twerking or getting your ass grabbed, she brought that up. Coffee did, as she should. You do homework like that, you should bring those things up, and it can be, you can score it as a point to you. So I could say it was a rebuttal, or maybe she just knew she was gonna bring that line up beforehand, so that maybe it's not really a rebuttal on Vixen's behalf. But she came out and addressed that with the first bar, and it got a nice reaction to make. Maybe it was a rebuttal directly to what she said, but then again, it's such an angle to take. Maybe she didn't even care if she brung it up or not. She was probably going to come out with that line. So she come out with that line, and a lot of Coffee references and name flips, which is also something Coffee addressed. But she didn't address it per se towards Vixen. She was just saying in general, like, the difference between me and you battle rap chicks is all y'all do is name flips and like punches and all that. Well, Vixen did it, but she did it very well. Most of those Coffee punches and references worked and they landed. Like I said, I can't get into particulars. The battle was out. Please support Black Ice Cartel, Syndicate Cartel. Their channel was dope. Like I said, their cameras, like the money they invest on the quality of these battles is really good. The crowd was there. They were supporting both women, and that means a lot, especially for visitors. They're in Milwaukee. Vixen reps Milwaukee. Coffee is coming all the way from Cali, but got, big reactions when she deserved it. It wasn't biased at all. So it was a good turnout, and like a really good crowd that was educated and was listening to lines, and I don't think there was anything that was gassed that didn't deserve a reaction personally. But back to Vixen's her round. She was more comfortable, I felt, throughout her whole round. Not that say that Coffee was like nervous or anything, but I just think Vixen just felt, if you watched them and you never seen them battle before, you can just tell that Vixen felt more comfortable and just felt a little more seasoned at this. Like her movement, like I remember one time she said something about I don't want to say line, but she said something about when my niggas like send bucks from the crowd, such and such. You know what I'm saying? Like she actually got in the crowd, like she backed up, like she was in the crowd to perform out that line. And she was like moving around Coffee too. Like she wasn't just standing in her face or at a side angle. She would walk circles around her while she's rapping, and she would walk to the crowd. She was just doing a lot more entertaining. She was doing a lot more entertaining as opposed to just sitting and spitting. And her voice and her confidence just shows in with her delivery. Like her lines might not have been as strong, as powerful, but like as far as bar wise, creatively, maybe Coffee might take the edge and just clever lines and structure. But I think Vixen took maybe the edge in entertainment, performance, and just versatility, because like I said, not only would she name flip, she would punch, and she was also very disrespectful, like bringing up kids and things like that. Although Coffee did to some extent, but it was just like, yo, my kid to beat your kid up or something to that extent. Vixen got, you were like, oh, that's a little disgusting. She was a little more disrespectful, like in that same token when I was talking about Shuni versus QB. Like that battle, it was like that level of disrespect almost. But yeah, I think she also was a more consistent to the back end of her round, which I thought was very important. So with that being said, because she was a little more consistent throughout, and I felt she was a little more comfortable. Maybe it's because she was at home, so to speak. This was Coffee's first time there. I'm gonna get an edge to Vixen, but it was a really good battle. I really, really hope you guys check that battle out. Please, it's worth it. And these women, these ladies put in some really good work, and it felt like that, like they had real beef with each other. Like it was like tension for no reason. You feel what I'm saying? Like I felt the tension just in the battle. Like, oh, like what's going on? Like they beefing for real. Like they know something. It was some little laundry aired out too between both. Both got like these reputations for certain things that they both had to address, and both got crapped on for it. Whether it was true or not, I don't know. It ain't my business, but it made for great content. I can tell you that. So I enjoyed it. So yeah, definitely check that out. Moving right along. Yo, want to talk to you real fast about Anchor, all right? Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match you with great sponsors too, so you can get paid to podcast. That's pretty dope, right? All you have to do is go to anchor.fm/start. Once again, that is anchor.fm/start. You'll get acclimated. Look, man, on here, there's podcasts for literally everything. Food, movies, entertainment, health, fitness, you name it, they got it. So why don't you come on in, grab a seat, and start podcasting soon. And so another battle I want to talk about happened on URL, which was Holmesy the God versus Reaper Rail. This was on Band, and this happened. Well, I know it dropped maybe like a week ago. So if you go to the channel, look for it. It was a good battle. Nobody really talked about it. There was a bit of gas, but here's the thing with gas to me. Like I get a little bit more annoyed when it's gas over things that weren't warranted for a reaction at all. What Holmesy the God was saying was warranted some reaction, but I think they overdid it to where it became gas and people became upset with it, particularly in the first round where he's saying lines that are hitting. They're hitting because I'm reacting to him. But if I was there, I wouldn't be like grabbing his shirt and punching him. And I think URL has to do a better job in this regard. Look, you got two gems in Band and Smack volumes. But it seems like anytime, especially with the Smack volume, it seemed like after volume 1, once he seen the fanfare, once those guys seen how popular it got, they just tried to do too much with it. Like it was in New York, graffiti on the wall, very limited access, even for people that was battling to bring your entourage, and it turned out perfect. A couple of, Chess didn't show up and B Magic didn't show up that night. But other than that, that was perfect. Then after that, they're trying to mainstream something that shouldn't be mainstream. Like, oh, let's take it to Miami now. Like, let's have, a football player, Gerard McCoy there. Let's do this. Like, no, keep it. We love it for what it is. And that same thing with these band battles. Like, we love it. Somebody mentioned in the comments that it didn't even look like a band per se because it wasn't as dark and gritty looking as the other battles. He right. Look at Chess versus NJT. The only people you can see were the people really close to Smack. You see that first little row of people like K-Shine, DNA, and Tay-Rock. I don't know who was in the back. I don't know who was on the side, on the left and right of NJT and Chess. But like you look at this battle, Holmesy the God versus Reaper Rail, seemed like it was a little more brighter, and it just didn't have that feel to me. And partly because when you got a whole entourage there supporting one guy, it's going to feel the way. But to get into the battle, honestly, it was a good battle. I do have a clear winner. It was Holmesy the God. I got him winning 3-0. And here's why for people who are going to be upset with me. I am very critical when you stumble and slip through rounds. Like I'm not the guy. I'm not that guy. So if you're looking for the guy who would be like, yeah, he slipped and stumbled, but that's not me. I'm not that guy. I'm sorry. You guys, hey, I'm very critical. I'm all about being a professional. Professionalism matters to me. So being prepared, getting through flawlessly, Because if you get through flawlessly and your round wasn't good, at least you got through it and it just wasn't good, just didn't hit. Like maybe I'm gonna look at somebody like John John. Sometimes John John rounds be like, yeah, that was all right. But he got through it and it was flawless and he fulfilled his end of the bargain. He got through a round and he wrote it and he rapped it how it was written. But you're not about to come out here, slip, stumble, fumble. That's what Reaper Rail did in the first round. He did in the second round, which people consider his best round. And it was his best round. He had more, his high moments, his higher, I guess, reaction moments from the crowd and from viewers were mostly in that second round. But the problem was he was compounding those mistakes again with more slip ups. So I had to dig up points, and I just felt like Holmesy the guy. First round was loaded with bars. The second round was good. It was a beatable round, and Reaper Rail went first every round, so it was a beatable round. But he couldn't capitalize on it because he was slipping up, having his own mistakes. But his when he got through his material, it was fire. I think Reaper Rail just needs to. One thing, he needs to slow down. I think. Like he'll say a line, and he's immediately going to the next one like really fast. I think he needs to pace himself a little better, like can slow it down a little bit so he can gather momentum. And another thing is keep his energy level high, because he'll say a bar like, I don't like giving away lines, but something about, put the sock in the loud mouth, quiet down. That was like one of his bigger reaction moments, right? But he said it so loud and aggressively. But then after he said it so loud and aggressively, he got right back kind of monotone, like just rapping his rounds out. And you need that energy all the time. That's what kind of makes NJT who he is, because everything he say is high impact with real intent behind it, even if the line doesn't work. If the line doesn't land, he did his job to try to sell it. And I think Reaper Rail got to do a better job at selling his rounds, selling his bars. But overall, it was a really good battle. I will hope everybody check it out. Moving right along, after that, I checked out a battle that was on Premier Battles. Shout out to everybody in the UK, Shoddy, Briggs, all those guys over there. They had a battle with Loso coming across the pond to battle one of their guys, Dialect, who's really good, man. I started checking out a few of his battles. He's pretty good. And Loso was just outclassing him, man. Outclassing this guy. I got him clearly winning this battle, but it was a really good battle, and I love the crowds in the UK, man. One day I'm gonna travel. One day I'm gonna travel over there and be a part of that crowd and atmosphere, because I really enjoy it over there. I really like how they get behind both MCs and let them work. I think Loso took that battle. This had to be before. I don't know. I wouldn't say it had to be, but I'm guessing this was before his battle with Briz. Excuse me, not Briz. His battle versus Trez. I don't know if it was before or after. But recently he's been on a bit of a slide, a bit of a decline, in my opinion. He lost to 2 Cave Gang members. Maybe that's his problem. He's going against the Cave Gang. He's just not looking right against them. Maybe you need to leave those guys alone. And I'm saying he lost 2 because obviously the word around is he lost to Briz. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to see it. I was working, busy, but that's been the word on the street. It's pretty much a consensus. And I think with him even admitting to choking, I'm pretty sure that people, it's pretty unanimous, and he had just chalked out as an L. He hasn't lost very often. So, and he didn't lose versus Dialect. What I liked about him in this particular battle, he wasn't counter punching. He likes to counter punch because he knows people are going to attack his religion. He was very much on the front foot in this battle. Like, he was being, I always say, there's 2 kinds of people. You're going to be reactive or proactive. He was very proactive in this. I don't feel like he was just saying shit to counter what he felt Dialect was going to say. And it worked to his advantage. And I just felt like he was very much in his bag in this battle. Wasn't his best showing, but it was one of his strongest showings of the recent past few months. Like, even in a few wins that he had, I didn't think he was overly dominant. Like when he beat, I think his name was Shoddy or Scotty. from Houston when he battled him and won. I don't think he was like amazing. I don't think he was an amazing good show out last year. But he was he was good. He was good. He was really good in this battle. So check that out. Premier Battles. It should have been, I want to say maybe a week or two ago. I think Mike P battled on that card too, because I do remember seeing him in the background. I think he was in support of Loso at that battle. So I'm trying to figure out who he battled. I'll do more research. I'm trying to do more research on UK battles. So if you got any other leagues or any other battles I should check out, please let me know. Follow me on the socials. I'm on 2 socials now. And both of the links to those socials, Instagram and Twitter, will be in the description box on YouTube, because this is going straight to YouTube. So follow me on YouTube. Please click the notification bells. That is important so you can get notified anytime I upload. Also, subscribe. Tell all your friends about it. Let them know that I'm talking about all leagues, not just 2 or 3 big leagues. I'm trying to cover it all. Appreciate everybody for tuning in and listening. Check those 3 battles out. Like I said, Black Ice Cartel, Vixen versus Coffee Brown, URL's band battle between Reaper Rail and Holmesy the God, and Premier Battles, Loso versus Dialect. Please, all right? Do that. And as always, keep it battle rap. Love.